and gentlemen, I want to welcome you here and thank you for making it. And on behalf of our President and your own Commander-in-Chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and on behalf of a very grateful nation, I want to thank you, the Armed Forces of Nigeria. You have done well, you are doing well. You are the reason why we are a nation today. You are the reason why we live in peace and we have this stability. The country and Nigerians are grateful. We will continue to be proud of you. You are doing an amazingly good work for over 240 million people that are Nigerians. I also want to personally thank the leadership of the armed forces we have today. A team, solid team, being led by the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Naval Staff, the Chief of Air Force, and of course, the DIA. You have given a new meaning to what team is and what can do for a country. Today, you have given life back to where hitherto we have problems. Today, you have worked and literally make everyone to be comfortable, to remain one for Nigeria. And we are proud that we are joined with new set of our own brothers, the two ministers of defense. I just want to assure you that here, today in Nigeria, we have a very solid security team that is taking charge and helping to improve things in our country. Thank you very much, service chiefs. Thank you, the Armed Forces of Nigeria. Personally, as the NSA, I can testify to that. Things have changed. We are working as one. And personally, I can tell you, you have given life back to the Office of the National Security Advisor. Thank you so much. I want to also thank the advisors, the attaches. I've gone round since my assumption as the NSA. I've met them. I can assure you they are today the best face of Nigeria outside our country. They are not just our ears and our eyes, but they happen to be even the face of Nigeria today. Solid people, beautiful looking. I was asking earlier, I said, well, sent ladies as well, because they are doing a wonderful job. Wherever we go, we've been going around, particularly with our Commander-in-Chief, and we've had this cause to comment the quality of representation our armed forces are doing. Even just the mere face, see them, how beautiful they look, how disciplined. I thought it is right to acknowledge it and tell you that please do more. You are making us proud. It is indeed heartwarming for me to be part of this auspicious occasion today of the Defense Intelligence Agency to witness the Chief of Defense Intelligence Annual Conference for the year 2023. The objective of this annual conference is to provide an avenue for participants to review progress made during the preceding year, assess current and emerging challenges, leverage on past efforts, and strategize for the future. The conference is the agency's major forum for goal setting, policy adjustment, and strategic development for the effective performance of the defense advisors and attaché system. The defense advisors and attaché system are in the forefront of the military's effort to build a framework of peace and prosperity between Nigeria and their countries of accreditation. On this note, I commend your efforts so far in the discharge of your responsibilities. I find the theme of this year's conference, leveraging defense, diplomacy, and effective regional collaboration for enhanced national security, to be very apt and contemporary, as regional collaboration remains crucial in addressing current and emerging security threats facing Nigeria today. It is no longer a new phenomenon. That globalization has affected all areas of human endeavor, and this requires a paradigm shift in intelligence tradecraft. Clearly, threats have become increasingly asymmetrical, and the activities of armed non-state actors have remained prevalent in the West African sub-region. In this wise, the interactions and collaborations among the dissidents and renegades transcend geographical boundaries. Hence, the need to make a clear distinction between threat boundaries and geographical boundaries. And I am sure the theme of this conference vividly captures this essence. It is gratifying that giant strides have been recorded in the last 2 decades in enhancing democratic culture and governance in Nigeria. Unfortunately, in Africa. Unfortunately, leadership crisis, resurgence of coups, and military takeovers have recently threatened democracy on the continent. Particularly, the coups in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Gabon, Guinea, and Chad have led to sudden reversal of democratic fortunes in these countries. I must therefore state that security in these contemporary times demands that nations must view their survival as intricately linked together, particularly contagious nations. It is against this backdrop that the coups and counter-coups, particularly in West Africa, have great consequences for Nigeria in her fight against insurgency, terrorism, and banditry. No doubt, political instability has an inseparable nexus with proliferation and spread of terrorism in the Sahel, as well as the West African sub-region. It is apparent that Al-Qaeda and ISIS exploit political instability, fragile economics, and leadership failures to gain foothold and acceptance across Africa, with far-reaching security consequences. It is therefore a true saying and worthy of all acceptations that no single country can surmount today's threats on its own. All countries must strive to understand one another's security challenges and peculiarities and work together at various levels to achieve the desired effect outcomes that will secure our individual national objectives. In light of this, the essence of defense diplomacy is made unmistakably clear. Specifically, the role of the defense advisors attaché system is brought to bear in strategic engagements with allies and partners at bilateral and multilateral levels towards the attainment of own national security objectives. This is in line with our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration's vision to address insecurity, ensure economic growth, and the advancement of democracy. May I assure you that the federal government of Nigeria will not rest on its own in ensuring a robust and viable defense management and security apparatus to address contemporary challenges, even in the face of enormous budgetary constraints. And yes, we are facing serious budgetary constraints. It's okay for me to tell you, and it's fine for you to know, that we have inherited a very difficult situation. Literally a bankrupt country. No money. To a point where we could say, even the earnings that we are getting now, we are paying back what was taken. It's serious. But this administration is doing its best to meet our requirements, particularly the armed forces. And I believe you leaders will be able to testify to that. I am pleased that the theme of the conference has been carefully selected to evolve ways that the defense attaché system could be better exploited to enhance regional collaboration, to combat regional and national security challenges. I therefore believe that the conference will provide an opportunity for frank and extensive deliberations and engagement with a view to identifying possible challenges, limitations, and prospects of the defense attaché system in achieving the assigned roles effectively. In this regard, I urge the defense advisors, attachés, to effectively leverage this opportunity as you are arrowheads of diplomacy, strategy, and public relations. May I therefore implore your excellencies to adequately represent the Ministry of Defense and the federal government of Nigeria and support the ambassadors in your countries of accreditation. I have no doubt that at the end of this conference, your understanding of Nigeria's national security interests in defense missions and your efforts to strengthen your role in enhancing regional collaboration will have been greatly enhanced. And I want to assure you, back home, things are improving. You probably will not be reading it, but I tell you, things have changed greatly since this team, this administration came into office. On record, last year alone, average every month we used to witness close to about 1,200 to 300 of violent death, people killed in villages as a result of criminal activities. Now, we have less than 100. And it's not just that. We have serious 3 or 4 problems that we are confronted, major security challenges in our country. The terrorists, the bandits, the Southeast, and the Niger Delta. We've been to the Niger Delta, we've seen things. Personally, my own, as someone who worked for government, I was one of the first set of people that went into Niger Delta in 1993. And we remain ever since active in that area, in that place. Today, we have, for the first time, you could go 3-4 weeks without an incident in Niger Delta for the first time for 30 years. It is happening. Today, we have returned. The production, crude oil production has risen to over 1.7 million barrels. Last year, it was 900,000. This year, we have not witnessed one single attack of police stations in the Southeast. Last year, we had 46. Yes, not a single. I want to thank you, armed forces, for that. Until about 2-3 weeks or 2 weeks ago, Boko Haram was almost gone. Of course, we've witnessed 1 or 2. But 3-4 weeks, we will witness not one single death in Borno State. Thank you for that. The same thing with the Northwest and the problems of the bandits. From July to now, we as a team got kidnapped victims close to 600 back home. Some of them were in captivity as kidnapped victims for 2-3 years. Over 600 were released without noise. Today, you can drive to Kaduna even at night. Thank you, armed forces, for that. things are changing, but we do not talk. Things are improving. So back home, advisors and defense attaches, be assured things are changing, and it will only continue to improve as we move forward. We want to assure you of that. Finally, I enjoy all participants in this conference to evolve strategies in pursuit of a stronger, more proactive and responsive defense attaches management and security system for greater input in the achievement of national security objectives. On this note, I wish you all a happy deliberation, and God bless all of you. I thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.